Who made this monstrosity?
Pick the Percocet, set, icy on my neck, hit you with that check, teachers by the flex.
What's good, what's going on, what's new, what's happening? Raw Reactions here. Welcome back to the channel. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications, like the video, and help promote the channel. Today we're back with a video with Jamari. Drake just ended his career. My tail has been blowing up. From Kendrick dropping a new album to this point where, for some reason, Drake is suing. What are the things he's even suing on? The first one has to do with he's claiming bots were used to influence Not Like Us by Kendrick, which is stupid. And the second one is defamation. Basically, Baba is saying he doesn't like what Kendrick was saying on Not Like Us. I think it is sad and pathetic, but before I go into that, let's just check the video out.
So the last 48 hours have been absolutely insane. Obviously, Drake filed his first lawsuit against Spotify and UMG, and now he has filed a petition, which is kind of like the starting place of a lawsuit against UMG and iHeartRadio. Basically, Drake is asking a judge if he can do an audit of their partnership because he wants to see if any suspect activity was going on when it came to Not Like Us being played relentlessly on the radio and pretty much everywhere else all summer long. It's funny because there are literal senior citizens and children alike who know and reference this song.
Freak ass nigga ass 69 God. Freak ass nigga ass 69 God.
It is being played in every professional sports league, both during the game and as they cut to commercial.
Buster! You know, if y'all just be playing that Kendrick, y'all want to get a lawsuit up there.
And don't even
I saw this yesterday actually. The fact that it's already what's it called? The fact that ESPN was already playing it, that was actually insane.
started on Drake's feud with NBA player DeMar DeRozan, aka the man named and featured in the Not Like Us video. The funniest part is, while he was standing sideline and trying to mean mug for 3 hours, Drake watched DeMar get the dub and drop 27 on his head top. But that didn't stop him from muttering under his breath, "Fuck out of here, pussy," after DeMar was already fully turned around and out of
Go and say it to his face. Why are you? Go and say. Let's continue.
Distance where the sound waves off Drake's pursed lips would not reach his ears. Drake would later say this during a broadcast about DeMar's jersey potentially hanging in the Raptors' rafters.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question.
And DeMar would respond like this.
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down, so tell him good luck.
Either way, in this petition I'm about to talk about, Drake is now suing for the mean words said in Not Like Us. We thought that just this one time he wouldn't be lame, but he expected UMG to save him, and once again he's trying to call out that payola. Earlier this year, one of the artists...
Yes, that's my thing. It honestly looks like a child crying that his parents didn't come to defend him. That is exactly what it looks like. It's like you went to look for... It's like a child going to fight somebody, the child losing woefully, and then coming back to the parents to cry. And then the parents tell you, yeah, you deserved it because you went to go and look for trouble. And then you are angry at your parents. That is what it looks like. This is a 37-year-old man. But let's go on. I never thought City did it.
UMG has under contract presented UMG with a new song called Not Like Us. Before it approved the release of the song, UMG knew that the song itself, as well as its accompanying album art and music video, attacked the character of another one of UMG's most prominent artists, Drake, by falsely accusing him.
This is the same man that went to go and use his cover of the Hot Part 6. I can't even call that shit the Hot Part 6, but his response to Not Like Us, the cover art was the free tweets, but he's annoyed that they are using his house. as a cover, man, I beg. Let's go on.
Of being a sex offender, engaging in pedophilic acts, harboring sex offenders, and committing other criminal sexual acts. Specifically, the song calls Drake a certified pedophile, a predator, and someone whose name should be registered and placed on Neighborhood Watch. I mean, I won't lie to you guys, that album art was pretty crazy. Like, imagine everyone seeing the Google Maps of your crib and always thinking about this. And I'm calling it right now, these two filings are gonna give Not Like Us a massive second wave. Drake was over here strategically planning the release of this lawsuit and petition to try and step on Kendrick's album release, and I just don't think this is going to end very well for him. When someone tries to buck against the machine in general, it normally does not end very well, just ask Kanye. And obviously Drake has a lot of money and access to the best lawyers in the world, but the system has endless resources, both clean and dirty. I will say though, this next part...
Also, you have the money and the influence. That doesn't mean you have the mentality to bear it. Clearly, he doesn't have the mentality to bear what Kendrick did to him. So imagine what a whole label, not just a whole label, Universal Music Group that controls a lot of other labels. I believe Interscope is under them as well. Just I don't know. I don't even remotely see the sense in this. It's like, guy, just fucking go away. Just fucking ride off into the sunset and come back like months later. But you are doubling down, tripling down. You're chasing after him. I don't know. Let's go. I beg.
Filing has to be the most pathetic. Pursuant to its rights under various contracts, UMG has exclusive control over the licensing of Not Like Us, and could have refused to release or distribute the song, or required the offending material to be edited or even removed. Like, dude, are you fucking serious? But UMG chose to do the opposite, even or distribute...
Pursuant to the rights under various contracts, UMG has exclusive control over the license of Not Like Us, and could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending. So, you'd have called somebody a wife beater and whatnot. You wanted them to pass your own song. But since they are calling you a PDF, you are complaining. You'd have made false accusations and willingly put out the song. Hell, you even really wanted the song to be out gone safe. Because you did a whole video, went to New King, Kiniko. Now is your turn and you're complaining, oh, they shouldn't. 37-year-old man.
Song, or required the offending material to be edited or even removed. Like, dude, are you fucking serious? But UMG chose to do the opposite. UMG designed, financed, and then executed a plan to turn Not Like Us into a viral mega hit, with the intent of using the spectacle of harm to Drake and his business to drive consumer hysteria and, of course, massive revenues. I'm sorry, but this entire thing just reads like a quest for self-pity. Like, it's supposed to be a rap battle, my guy, and now your feelings are hurt. Drake did mention Kendrick's family after he warned him not to do so, and so then he unleashed.
Rap music is weird now anyway.
It's like there's no way Drake can
They warned you. I'll save this for the end of the video.
That this song was actually the most popular of the summer for a lot of people. Not Like Us became a movement and an anthem, as many were using the term itself for a lot of big events. And then the LA Dodgers go on to win the World Series. I mean, come on, man. And it's also very ironic to me that Drake wants to take it there when he's been one of the most played artists on the radio for the last 2 decades.
That's another conversation that keeps coming up. For the past how many years you've been at the top as far as what's it called, music and streaming goes. So now that it's someone else, why are you complaining? I saw this thing. What did I see yesterday? Of multiple people talking about how when Scorpion dropped, it was everywhere it was on all the playlists. Even people that weren't, what was it? Even even people that weren't looking to listen to the album. It's like the album is not the first thing that they think of listening, but the moment they open Spotify, they are seeing the album, that kind of thing. So it's like they pushed you massively. So the suits that you are even starting on self in terms of, oh, they push Not Like Us to my detriment. They've been pushing you, and they've been pushing you to other people's detriment. What the fuck happened to Meek Mill? For crying out, guy, you are close to 40. Remove hip hop. You are pushing 40. You cannot be doing certain things. Let's go on.
The time, whether he knew it or not. Either way, Drake wanted UMG to hold back this record because it does not mention him in a favorable way. I mean, he made songs about Kendrick being his wife and his best friend being the father of one of his kids, and he released that through Republic Records, who is under UMG. But nah, I guess that's supposed to be different. It's not like those lies could have possibly hurt Kendrick in his career, right? And Drake would totally be doing all of this if the public perception was that he won, right? To the victor goes the spoils, buddy. And Drake has to be the sorest loser of all time.
No,
and now there's
has to be. He definitely is.
This stain on his reputation forever, and when that happens, it does kind of change the way that people see a person from that point on. And so Drake alleges that UMG was funneling payments to iHeartRadio for some payola for Not Like Us, noting that they and only they have all the rights to do whatever they want in terms of where and how this song was distributed. UMG and iHeartMedia have a long-standing symbiotic business relationship whereby iHeartMedia pays UMG to license and collect royalties for UMG artists' songs over radio airplay and streaming services. The amount of money exchanged between iHeartMedia and UMG is substantial. In the last quarter of 2023, UMG, through its recorded music and music publishing divisions, had an ownership interest in more than 60% of the 100 songs listed on the Billboard Hot 100 radio charts. Without its business deals with UMG, iHeartMedia would lose access to a majority of its top radio hits. And so UMG probably holds quite a bit of power over them. The suit then goes on to talk about how Not Like Us was played tens of millions of times on the radio, and that in total this song has been spun billions of times. Drake is very upset that till this day this song is one of the most played across iHeart's various stations, and I actually just checked and Drake does not have a single song on the Billboard Hot 100, despite releasing 12 singles this year. According to one inside source known to Petitioner, UMG made covert payments to a number of platforms, including radio stations, to play and promote Not Like Us without disclosing those payments to listeners. This practice, known as payola, is prohibited by the Communications Act of 1934. So he says all of that, but then later admits that he has little to no evidence to suggest that iHeart was accepting payola from UMG.
Petitioner has been unable to confirm whether any iHeart radio stations were among the stations paid as part of UMG's pay-to-play scheme. So if you've not okay, let's go.
Also continues to spread the bot narrative here, and he even cries about UMG allegedly paying influencers to spread this song, like literally every other song released during the TikTok era. Like, I don't know if this is some sort of news flash to Drake, but no matter who had the biggest song in this battle, like it doesn't matter if it was Drake or Kendrick, it was going to be a massive hit. This battle was one of the most anticipated events in hip-hop history that was built up for well over a decade. It's like Drake doesn't understand the magnitude of what he himself was involved in, and that's probably why he lost, because he treated it like a sparring session and Kendrick treated it like a championship fight. And so now Drake wants to have his own personal audit into UMG and iHeart's relationship. Petitioner brings this action for a discrete and specific purpose, to understand whether and how UMG funneled payments to iHeartRadio and its radio stations as part of a pay-to-play scheme. Petitioner has amassed sufficient facts to pursue certain tortious claims against UMG, including but not limited to a claim for defamation, but currently lacks factual support necessary to determine whether he may bring claims of the civil RICO against UMG, and basically anyone else who was involved in this alleged payola scheme. So basically Drake is asking a judge for permission to peek behind the curtain just to see if these claims hold any merit at all, and then he will decide if he wants to sue them or not. To me, this entire situation has kind of just become a massive joke. I think the only worst thing he could have done here was directly sue Kendrick for calling him a PDF, but I guess if he does that,
I think that is why he's even suing the label, because he knows suing Kendrick directly. Or let me rephrase that. I don't think he has the goal to sue Kendrick directly, and he's trying to rope the label into it.
then Kendrick's wife should consider countersuing him for speaking crazy about her. But then we're just going around in like this circle jerk of lawsuits, and I don't know, I just feel like that's never really been what hip-hop is about. But yeah, either way, people are now ripping Drake apart for these decisions that he's made. They're saying that he's soft, they're saying that he's basically a sore loser. Either way, I want to know what you guys think about the lawsuit. What do you think about this petition?
Okay, that was a great video by Jamari. So let me say this. Let's go back to April. Drake drops push-ups. Fine, Kendrick drops not like that. Is it not like that? What's his name? Kendrick drops a verse on Like That. And what Kendrick dropped was just simply, fuck the big three, I'm the only big guy here. He kept it bar for bar, he kept it within rap, within hip-hop. Drake drops push-ups, no wala. Drops Tailor Made with the Tupac and Snoop voice, which is already insulting, so you already knew what he was doing. And I think I've forgotten whether he called Kendrick's family on push-up. Kendrick then drops 616 in LA, warning him. Are you sure? It was an advice and a warning. Do you think the people around you are really for you? Have you ever thought that OVO might be working for me? Before you take this path, ask what Mike would do, because Drake was calling himself Michael Jackson at one point. And then Drake triples down by dropping Family Matters, and that's where it started. Within the hour, Kendrick drops Meet the Grams. I remember my cousin, Turia, and love you, shout out to you. I remember my cousin sending me the link for both songs. At the time, Drake had just dropped an hour ago, or an hour plus ago. Kendrick had just dropped 26 minutes ago. This is what I saw on YouTube. Drake's was like 50 something K within that hour. It was within the hour, within that hour plus. Kendrick's was 800 and something. And Meet the Grams was dark. Very next day or 2 days, Not Like Us. After Not Like Us, all Drake should have done was just go away. As in, disappear from the public. That's all you needed to do. Disappear, observe, re-strategize. But this man just kept doubling and tripling down carelessly. And the only people that he was doubling down carelessly and then was leaving his team with the mess to clean up. By his team, I mean the people he works with and all these other online people, the online media platforms like academics and the likes, making them work overtime, triple overtime. Then his other affiliates or people in his corner, Leo Yachty, coming out to say he's been in high spirits. He's never seen him this happy since the beef and all that shit. Then Drake himself posting, what was that corny shit he posted on his IG? The only man I listen to is my Rolex. Trying to dress like Kendrick, like how Kendrick dressed in his Mr. Morals and the Big Steppers album. The cover, Drake, the outfit that Kendrick wore. Drake went dressed that way. All you needed to do was go away. You've just been doubling, tripling. I've been seeing other things. What else? Something about him subbing Kai Cenat because of Lizzo said mustard, and this one was recent. What else? I mean, clearly it was recent because of, the album that just dropped. What else? All you needed to do was go away. That's all you needed to do. And now the lawsuits. The lawsuit is even daft because you call this person a wife beater. You accused his best friend of sleeping with his wife. The thing you are accusing Kendrick of, it will be very much used against you because it's being used to your advantage. I don't know how your lawyers are approaching the thing, but it's them that know. What is even the point? Let's go back to the suit. What was the first thing? Illegal practices on the part of the label for unethically boosting Not Like Us. That's one, meaning using bots. And then 2, defamation. So let's start with number 1. It's been very much used to your advantage. So you don't have a case there as far as I'm concerned. Of course, that's up to the courts to decide. I doubt you have a case. Then the second one just makes you look plain stupid. I mean, both of them, he does look stupid, but the second one does make him look stupid. You are crying wolf. They are calling me a pedophile, this and this. You called someone a wife beater. You called the wife an adulterer. You got the kids involved by saying your father is not really your father. But it was okay for family matters to be pushed out, but you're complaining of not like us. Let's remove hip hop for a minute. Just looking at it from the angle of common sense, from the angle of even from the angle of being a man, or even being a human being for that matter, or just any other thing, it makes absolute zero sense. You are making yourself look pathetic, extremely pathetic. You literally look like, you can't take you can't take an inkling of what you dished out. You cannot. The funny thing about this whole beef this year is I didn't even know Drake was like I mean, it makes sense to say it in his songs because of his ways of talking about emotional relationships and whatnot. But that aside, I left it at music. I genuinely didn't know Drake was needlessly sensitive. I didn't know. It was this year I found out. And it was during the whole thing of how he actually had been handling Not Like Us. You are trying extra hard to hard. I forgot about this. You are trying extra hard not to be bothered. I forgot about this. The whole him coming out in one festival, or whatever the fuck that was happening in Toronto, coming on stage and talking to a bunch of random people in the crowd, telling them, all of you here, everyone here, they are my real friends in the building. I don't really have real friends around. You look pathetic. What are you doing? I don't know. If you ask me, I don't know where he goes from here. If people did not respect you before, if people were just mocking you before, they definitely are disgusted by you by now. To me, he doesn't even have like a proper fallback plan. If Universal decides to cut ties with him, or let's assume they decide to cut ties with him, where do you go from here? Of course, you're still Drake, but you don't have your OVO. You can't. I don't think he can fall back. I don't think he can fall back to the label, because over the years you've never built the label. The label doesn't have any substance. It's seen as a sweatshop. It is a sweatshop, actually. So independence wise, I don't even know where you stand as far as carrying your own label goes. But that aside, even to the world, whether your audience, whether they want to admit it or not, that's their business. Whether to your audience, whether to even people that just like your music, you look pathetic. I've been trying to rack my head about the thing. It's like, what is the sense in any of this? And for crying out loud, bro, this is how it's battle rap, for crying out loud. I've watched a video where during a URL, this was way back, during a URL event, I've forgotten who was battling who, but Drake was there. I just learned yesterday that apparently he sponsors a lot of their events. So it's like, guy, even they will not respect you again. They won't. They might take your money, but they won't respect you again. Anyway, it is what it is. Also, I think it's a beautiful turn of events. Kendrick's "Watch the Party Die" is being manifested with this, if you ask me. Drake trying to fight UMG. Let's assume he wins. A whole label is sinking down. Watch the party die. Let's assume Drake loses, which, let's keep it on assumptions. Drake will find out that, oh, Kendrick actually does write his songs. Oh, people actually do really like Kendrick. Another title, quote unquote, destroyed. Watch the party die. I also think he's too full of himself, because I believe he's still on this mindset of, is this not Kendrick that I carried on 12 years ago that year? I believe he's too entitled and too egotistic to see, Omo, I'm not as invincible as I thought I was. He's like, bro, you are going out sad. People are loving your downfall, which you deserve, honestly, because you've been a shitbag throughout the industry from what I've gone back to research on. I don't know. All I know is whatever he thinks will happen will not happen. The small image that I think he should have salvaged, I believe he's lost it completely. I would not be surprised if his own artists start decamping from OVO, because it's like being associated with you even before the lawsuits. I'm sure they themselves, they went through their own mental trials in terms of just Kendrick saying OVO, but now you're going after a corporation, people that will be willing to burn you and the people around you, and you think people want to stand with you. You're not now real enough to be stood by. It is what it is. But thank you guys for staying this far into the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you guys think will happen next? This will be interesting to watch, I guess. But let me know what you guys think. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Pick the Percocets, I see on my neck. Hit you with that check. We just bout to flex. Pick the Percocets, I see on my neck.